Yes guys, welcome back to yet another video on the YouTube channel, and today I am back with another Arsenal transfer update video. And yeah, just before we do get started, I just want to say thank you so much for the support on the first video I did yesterday. It got what, 1k views, 1.9k views, nearly at 2k, which I wasn't expecting by no means. So that all goes down to you guys, and yeah, it just proves that you lot really like me filming these transfer updates. So we're going to carry on doing them today, and we've got a lot more to get through than yesterday, that's for sure. Of course, we've got Newcastle tonight. That is another massive game for Arsenal. We've got to take each game at a time, including these massive games against the likes of Newcastle, like I said, tonight. Tottenham in the North London derby, and Manchester United at home, excluding the Oxford game in the FA Cup. No discards to them, but it is an FA Cup game, round, 3. So, yeah, I think we'll be okay in that. However, Newcastle tonight, Tottenham and Man United, 3 massive games. And if we do win all 3 of them, then, yeah, we can actually start talking. But to get some new heads through the door before them big games. Of course, we're not going to get any before the Newcastle game tonight, but Tottenham and Man United most definitely will be huge. Now, Ivan Ndicka we're actually going to be starting off with, not Mudryk, because according to German outlets, Frankfurt today have offered the defender a new contract to keep the Arsenal-linked centre-half. So, of course, the guy's contract is up at the end of the season, so he walks away for absolutely nothing. And Arsenal are heavily linked with Ivan Ndicka. Had a really good season last season, made it into the Bundesliga Team of the Year and won the Europa League with Frankfurt. He's a left-footed centre-back, which could provide really good backup for Gabriel, because how much Gabriel is a brilliant centre-back, we don't really have any cover there. Yes, we've got Rob Holding. Yes, we've got players who can actually play on that left side pretty well. But we don't want players who can do, pretty well. We want players who can do a really good job. He's really good with the ball at his feet, aggressive as well. And yeah, I think if Arsenal managed to get this done on a free transfer as well, this could be brilliant business. But of course, he would not be coming in this January. If it was going to happen, he'll be coming in next season. Now, Mykhailo Mudryk, the guy that you guys have been waiting for me to talk about. I spoke about him yesterday, that Arsenal put in a mystery bid for this guy. Well, apparently the bid has been revealed. It's around £62 million. No response from Shakhtar Donetsk yet, but 62 million is the offer that Arsenal apparently have offered for Shakhtar Donetsk, and we'll find out what happens in this one. Apparently, he has agreed a 5-year deal at Arsenal. The personal terms are agreed. We just need a fee to be agreed as well from Shakhtar Donetsk. Now, the talk is apparently Shakhtar Donetsk and their sporting directors are going to be sitting down with Arsenal tomorrow and working out a deal. Also, beware of Chelsea, because apparently they're sniffing around, and if Arsenal end up somehow collapsing this deal, then Chelsea will pounce. So we have to watch our backs, or else we are going to get stabbed if yeah, we don't get this deal done. And hopefully we do get it done early, because if this happens deadline day, it won't really make sense. Now, Youri Tielemans, another player who I spoke about yesterday, another player who is out of contracts this summer. He's going to be going for free, depending on whether he signs a contract at Leicester. Now, apparently, this January, Youri Tielemans is expected to stay, and that came from the mouth of Brendan Rodgers after the game against Liverpool, I believe. He said that he's going to be picking him week in, week out still until he leaves, whether, he has 6 months left on his contract. So Youri Tielemans doesn't like he's going to be going anywhere. However, Arsenal still remain in the race for Tielemans, and yeah, we'll see what happens again with this one. And I think despite Mudryk will be great, I think midfield is desperately a position we need to strengthen, because if we lose Thomas Partey again, then it is curtains. So we need someone like Youri Tielemans who can step in, not necessarily to play ahead of the likes of Xhaka and Partey, just someone who can come off the bench and, you know, change the game instantly. That's all we want. And Tielemans has actually scored a lot of bangers this season, so he is capable of hitting one outside the box. So he'll be a really, really good signing. But the quotes from Brendan Rodgers, I'm not too sure if the deal's going to happen this January. However, if he doesn't sign a new contract in the summer, then of course we know the team that are going to pounce straight away as soon as he leaves on a free. Now, Victor Osimhen. Remember this guy? Arsenal, before we signed Gabriel Jesus, he was #1 target, I'm pretty sure. A lot of clubs were heavily linked with Victor Osimhen. This is a really unrealistic deal, if you ask me. Especially in January. He's been Napoli's best player and Kim Min-jae this season. Napoli have had an astonishing season, especially in the Champions League. Now, apparently Arsenal have been linked with Victor Osimhen, as well as Newcastle. Of course, we are playing them tonight. And yeah, both teams are really, really interested in him, which is a bit weird to me because, again, Osimhen is a player that would have to start, and when Jesus eventually does come back, what happens to Osimhen then? What happens to Nketiah? And then Newcastle, I mean, they signed Isaac in the summer, and they've got, you know, of course, Callum Wilson, 3 strikers at their club already. So I don't see this deal happening in January. However, that is a rumour that's going around that Arsenal have been linked with Victor Osimhen once again. Now, also been linked with a wonder kid today in the French league. Once again, I mean, of course, we love signing players from the French league, don't we? He's the Montpellier striker, or is he a centre attacking midfielder? I don't really know a lot about this guy, but his name is Elia Wahi. Probably pronounced his name wrong there, but yeah, Arsenal are heavily linked with this kid. Of course, we signed Olivier Giroud from Montpellier, and he turned out to be a great striker for us, even though we were calling him at times the French lamppost. But yeah, Arsenal are heavily linked with Elia Wahi, according to Foot Mercato, one of the journalists. Now, I don't really get why we're linked with this guy. I mean, Montpellier apparently don't want to sell him. He is only 20 years old. But when we've got our own player, who, you know what I'm going to say, who's playing in the French league, who's ripping it up at the moment, Florian Balogun, who, of course, joint top scorer with the likes of Mbappe, Neymar, etc. in the French league. He is having such a brilliant time over there. I don't get why we want this guy when we had Florian Balogun, who is outscoring him. He's pretty much starting every game, even though Elia Wahi is Montpellier's standout player, I'm pretty sure, this season. Now, today, apparently, AC Milan are looking at Florian Balogun today, which, again, is very interesting. AC Milan are having another really, really good season. I believe they are in the Europa League. So that's another team to watch out for. Apparently, because he is on loan and Arsenal might not be in our plans next season if we were going to either recall him. There were talks about that, whether Arsenal were going to recall him because, of course, Jesus was injured. I want to hear you guys' thoughts about this. Would you recall Florian Balogun or just leave him to express his time here at Reims and come back as a better player, similar to what we did with William Saliba? So, yeah, I think Florian Balogun surely gets his chance next season, and yeah, I would really like to see him. However, AC Milan are hovering interest, and of course Reims will want to sign him permanently because he has been absolutely fantastic for them. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of on the edge of this Elia Wahi deal, because we've got our own player who's playing in the French league. So why would we buy a player from the French league who's having a worse season than Florian Balogun? I know goals don't matter all the time, but yeah, goals are part of football, right? It's part of the sport. So yeah, and don't forget it's its job as a striker. So yeah, we will find out what happens with the likes of the Mudryk deal and the Tielemans deal. I think we will hear more about the Mudryk deal later on this week. So keep your eyes peeled for some more transfer updates. But in the meantime, thank you guys for watching yet another transfer update. Thank you for getting knocked in as always. You guys are the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.